and welcome friends. Now we are going to discuss about the standard costing. Standard costing is one of the important technique of costing, right? So basically standard costing is a technique of costing. Under standard costing, standard costs are compared with actual cost. See friends, this is one of the important statement related to standard costing. This statement says under standard costing, standard costs are compared with actual costs, right? So in standard costing, we set standard cost and standard costs are compared with actual cost. Now let us understand what do you mean by standard cost, right? Standard cost is a predetermined cost which is calculated in advance, right? So basically standard cost is predetermined cost. Predetermined cost means which is calculated or which is ascertained in advance, right? It is predetermined cost. Standard cost is a target cost which must be attained, right? So once we set the standard cost, it must be attained. It is a target for an organization to achieve that standard cost, right? Then next feature of standard cost is that standard cost is based on technical studies, production methods, and labor price projections, right? Standard cost is based on technical studies, production methods, and labor price projections. So we want to set standard cost. We have to study technical things related to the production methods and labor price projections, etc. Right? The next feature of standard cost is that standard cost are the normal cost for normal production efficiency. So under normal situation, standard cost are expected to be attained by the business organization. Right. The next feature of standard costing says standard costing technique can be used in all methods of costing. Right. See friends, there is a difference between methods of costing and techniques of costing. Right. See, we can use technique of costing under any methods of costing, right? So this statement says that standard costing technique can be used in all methods of costing like job costing, process costing, batch costing. So under all these methods, we can use this standard costing technique. So this is one of the important point related to the standard costing. Next point says the difference between standard cost and actual cost is known as variance, right? So difference between standard cost and actual cost is known as variance. Here friend, I would like to repeat the second statement related to standard costing, which says under standard costing, standard costs are compared with actual cost, right? So when we compare standard cost with actual cost, there is a possibility that there is a variance, right? And that difference between standard cost and actual cost is basically known as variance. And this variance analysis helps to understand the causes of difference or causes of differences between standard cost and actual cost, right? So friends, these are the important points related to the standard costing. In next slide, we are going to discuss about the importance or advantages of standard costing. What are the advantages of standard costing, or what is the importance of standard costing? We can understand the importance of standard costing with the help of following points. First point says the cost control, right? So standard costing helps to control the overall cost of the organization. With the help of standard costing technique, we can control the cost, or we can control the various costs like material cost, labor cost, and other overheads can be controlled by using the standard costing technique. So this is one of the important advantages of standard costing. Second advantage of standard costing is that it provides information for planning and decision making purpose to the management, right? See friends, this is also a very important advantage of standard costing, that standard costing techniques provide very important information for planning and decision making for the management. Next advantage says it helps to formulate production policies. So standard costing techniques helps to formulate various production policies of the business organization. Next advantages says it helps to eliminate waste, or it eliminates waste, right? If we set the standards and we compare those standards with actual cost, then it helps to eliminate the wastages or wastes of resources basically, right? The next advantage says it facilitates coordination, right? So we have already discussed that under standard costing we set the standard cost, and standard cost are compared with actual cost, right? So to set the standard cost, we need to coordinate between various departments of the organization, and in this way standard costing helps or facilitates the coordination between various departments of the organization. Next advantage related point says it helps for inventory management. Standard costing helps for proper inventory management purpose, because see, under standard costing we set the standards, and that standard cost can be used for the valuation of stock basically. So inventory means stock basically, right? So in this way standard costing helps for inventory management. Next point says it helps for cost audit. Yes, standard costing helps for cost audit purpose also, because as we compare standard cost with actual cost, so the record of this can be used in cost audit or can be used for cost audit purpose. The next point says helps in pricing decisions. Standard costing helps in pricing decisions, that what should be the price of products. We can take that decision with the help of standard costing. And next advantage related to standard costing, that it is economical and simple. So technique of standard costing is economical, it is less costly, and it is very simple technique. Anyone can understand this technique of standard costing. So friends, these are the important advantages of standard costing. So you must be aware that in the costing 3 paper, the same weightage is there for practical questions and for theory parts, and this is one of the important question, that is advantages of standard costing. So prepare this question for exam purpose, and make sure that you have subscribed the channel, because I am going to make several videos on this topic and related to the costing 3. Thank you friends, thanks for watching.